Hello everyone, this is Psycho Kirby. This is part of my 100% Living Dex challenge for the entire Pokemon franchise, and today we'll be talking about Generation 3, starting here with Pokemon Sapphire. In this game, I did a complete whole index right here. Every single one of these Pokemon were caught between Ruby and Sapphire. I did not use Emerald at all. Here's all of them. So one of the most difficult ones by far were Nosepass here, which is a Rock Smash exclusive. I do own 2 Game Boy Advances that I use to link trade for the trade evolutions, of course, as well as to get all the exclusives. And these are the Sapphire Zone exclusives that were actual torture to get. Pinsir Heracross, both 5%, really low catch rate. It took forever. Same for Trimeco, it's 2% in Mountfire. And here are the legendaries. As you can see, both of Kyogre and Groudon were caught in the Cave of Origin, so they were not using. So I did not use Emerald. This Jirachi is from the Pokemon Colosseum bonus disc. This Deoxys I injected using an R4 cart. They can transfer GBA events. There's a Latios from the Silver Island and the Latios from the Silver Island that required Eon ticket. I injected the event as well. And the other important Pokemon are here. These are the free in-game trades you can get. You'll also be getting every in-game trade in the entire franchise as well. These are some extra events. This is a Shiny Zigzagoon from the Berry Fix glitch. This is the Pikachu from the Japanese Colosseum bonus disc. And this is the Celebi from that same disc. I got both of them. I did play all of Pokemon Colosseum, and I just converted my English save to a Japanese one to get these. This is another identical Wishmaker Jirachi that I traded from Ruby that I also got there. All these entire boxes are duplicates. These are the Pokemon I use for the Pokemon Colosseum battle mode. And this Celebi is from it's a fan-translated version of the Japanese bonus disc that's in English. That's the has the Agate OT. And that's it for Sapphire. Overall was not bad at all. It only took about 80 hours in total. The grinding was the most difficult part, but the overall catching did not take that long. Here's Feebas. This took like 5 hours to encounter, and same for Milotic to evolve it. But yeah, this is the first whole index. I did the exact same thing again, but in Emerald, which I will be getting to in a little bit, because now I will be talking about Pokemon Leaf Green, so I'll see you in a little bit. Moving on, here we are in the Kanto region. This is Pokemon Leaf Green, and in this game I completed the entire Kanto Dex as well as every single Pokemon available in the Sevii Islands. Over here to the first box, here's the complete Kanto Dex. All of them were caught, of course, within Fire Red and Leaf Green combined. I did not use the Hoenn games at all. Not that it would help much, because most of them are exclusive to here. Some of the more important Pokemon are the in-game trades, like Sheding, the Farfetch'd, and here Mark, the Lickitung. Who else? There's Zinx, the Jinx, and the last one is Mr. Mime. This Mew I got used the same event injector that I mentioned before. And these are all the Sevii Islands exclusive Pokemon that you can get in the post game. I got every single Pokemon here that's also available. Here we have the legendaries. Lugia and Ho-Oh from Neva Rock. And the free legendary beasts you can only get one of per game based on the story you chose. I got Entei in this game, Raikou in Fire Red, and I did a little cheating. I'm sorry, but I was not gonna play the entire game a third time. I'm gonna change my starter flag and I copied my save file Fire Red into a different game, to a different cartridge. I changed the starter flag so I could get this Suicune. That's also from Fire Red, from the exact same OT. But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna play the game 3-4 times. These Celebi, the 10th anniversary event that I injected. This is the Deoxys, sorry, from Birth Island. It's in the defense form that's exclusively screen. I also caught it in Fire Red. It's in the attack form there, but there's barely anything else in that game, so I don't feel like it's necessary to show. These are the National Dex babies and and evolutions that you cannot get during the main story. You have to get the National Dex to get all of these. Most interesting were Espeon and Umbreon, since they cannot evolve in this game. I had to send them to Hoenn to evolve them there. These are every single one known from the, I think it's the Tanobi Chambers. I got all of them there. This box is most interesting. Since I could have inject events, I used a custom Wonder card to trigger the Altering Cave events, which are normally completely unused. So I got every Pokemon that you can actually catch in the Altering Cave, and all of them are exclusive to that location within Kanto. And the most interesting thing of all is that Teddiursa is the only Kanto Pokemon, non-Kanto Pokemon in the entire game that has a unique sprite compared to everything else in Fire Red Leaf Green. These are the in-game trades. Well, first of all, here's the gift Magikarp you can buy at that one Pokemon Center. This is the second Snorlax you can catch, that I caught both. These are all the in-game trades that are not exclusives, like Lickitung and Jinx, Sphere, Tangeny, Sealor. These are the special Wish Eggs that were Mystery Gift exclusives. All of them know the move Wish, and some of them cannot get the move anywhere else up to this day, like Chansey here. And these are just gender differences that I caught, that I needed for my living decks in Pokemon Home that I transferred the other genders of, and I just kept these here. That's it for Fire Red and Leaf Green. So now I'm gonna go back to Hoenn in Pokemon Emerald and show my decks there. Now we're back here in Emerald. I got a male character for once. And let's go back to box 1. Again, this Living Dex is completely the exact same Pokemon in order from Ruby and Sapphire, but I did catch every single one of them again. So if you actually compare the OT and Met level and stuff, they're all completely unique. Because I caught every single one of them a second time. Just so I could say that all of these Pokemon have Emerald origin, except for the ones you cannot get in Emerald, like Rosalia here. This was traded from Sapphire, while every single other one Pokemon was got here in Emerald. Like you can see some of them here. This applies for all of them. And just to prove it even further, Kyogre for the Marine Cave, and Groudon for the Terra Cave. These are all in Emerald. The same Wishmaker Jirachi I sent it to this game as well. This is the Deoxys Speed from Birth Island. Lugia from Naval Rock, Ho from Naval Rock. Again, another 10th anniversary Celebi. And Mew from the Fiery Island. And even though this event was only released in Japan, it does work completely in all language games. So even though it's technically illegal, I caught it here as well. When I come here, these are all the Safari Zone expansion Pokemon that you can get in the post-game, as all of them exclude Safari Zone, so of course it was really annoying to get. Shoutouts to Shuckle, which is on the Safari Zone through Rock Smash, and it's super low encounter rate, and this took maybe an hour to actually catch one. Sudowoodo here is from the Battle Frontier. You use the Wilmer Pail, I think it's called, to water it. This is the Meowth, or rather the Persian you can trade for in the Battle Frontier. And I bred it for another Meowth. These are all the Johto starters you can get for completing the Hoenn Pokedex. All met in Littleroot Town. Again, I did the exact same thing from before. I made a backup of the game, got one, sent it to another game, restarted the backup before I chose it, then I got all three in the same game because I was not going to complete the entire Hoenn 3 separate times within Emerald. I'm sorry, I know that's cheating, but that's way too much even for me. And here we have the in-game trades. We have Dots, the C-Dot, Pluses, the Plusso, the Scizor, the Horsey. The in-game trades are pretty worthless, but I got them anyway. I did some random extra Pokemon. This is my Blaziken that I used for the contest, KFC contest. This Metang is a Roxo Tea that actually has a unique ribbon. You can only get this is the only way to get in this species. This, why not? This was caught around 130. I actually caught this in Mirage Island. I did some RNG manipulation to get a Pokemon to check with the exact ID that I received for that particular day, and that I RNG manipulated an egg that would have the exact number that I needed to generate Mirage Island, and then I went there and I caught this one to prove I was actually there at one point. And finally, these 4 Pokemon, Swablu, Zigzagoon, Skitty, and Pichu, while they may appear completely normal, they are the eggs you can get from Pokemon Box, which all have exclusive moves: False Swipe, Extreme Speed, Payday, and most importantly, Surf Pichu. I completely filled my Pokemon Box. It has 1,500 slots filled, so I could get these 4 eggs. I cloned my entire every single Pokemon I had in every GBA game. Then I caught an insane number of Zigzagoon, Poochyena, Wurmple, and everything else just to fill it in. Oh, and these 3 Pokemon are the ones that I use for the Battle Frontier. The Pokemon I used for Battle Frontier, which again was actual hell. I would never want to get anywhere near that place ever again. But I got every gold symbol, as you can see right here. It took about maybe nearly 2 months of playing just to get all of these. I'd never want to do it ever again. But overall, after I finished all the living dexes, I moved all of them across those 3 GBA games to fill the Pokedex completely in every single one, so I could get the diploma in every single one. It required quite a lot of trading. It took about 2.5 hours to trade everything between every game. But overall, this was my 100% living dex journey in the GBA games. I plan to do this for every single franchise, every single game of the franchise. And I started with Generation 3 because it's the earliest game you can do this with that can still connect to later games. I will be doing Generations 1 and 2 on the 3DS Virtual Console. But overall, thanks for watching. I will continue doing this in Generation 4 and beyond. And I hope you enjoyed.